let's say a change program or a culture change program, right? It really requires an organization to have like a sustained path, right? And whether you call it action learning, but there's more evidence that it fails than it succeeds for a variety of reasons, right? And in your experience, right, for the OKRs to succeed, right, what happens, what needs to happen sort of on an autopilot basis or post the initiation, if that makes sense, right? Because you rally the people, you got, oh yeah, wow, this is a good inflection point in my organization. I think I'm very happy that we needed this. But a month later, people go back to old habits, or a month later, they go back to being in that busy world. In other words, how do we, like you said, we don't want the policing, but at the same time, it shouldn't be the HR, or if it's HR, they shouldn't be looked at as if, here comes the HR asking for that report again, right? So what have you seen? What works? I guess, that could be probably what, the make or break, right? The sustainability of kind of ensuring that you start at time one, but your measurement is really at time two or time three, right? Does the journey go on?
Yeah, and the first thing is, you're absolutely right. There's more news about OKRs not working in multiple organizations, and that's the report that even I get. In fact, out of the 10 implementations that I have possibly done, out of 10 possible implementations, there are 5 or 6 of them who you could reportedly certify as failed. You know, and but when I look back at it and when I have the conversations with the CEOs and the owners, they say, Kenneth, it has never failed. It has done its job. OKRs for certain organizations like Colgate was never to do it for the long term. It was to change. Like for Colgate, the clear directive given to me was, Kenneth, we are an elephant. We are a 250-year-old organization, and we just don't know how to dance. We do not know how to be flexible. We do not know how to make good decisions. We do not know how to beat the bureaucracy that we have created. And that sitting on a high chair and saying we're the best toothpaste company in the world and nothing's going to affect us. We challenged that through OKRs. So OKRs brought in the quick decision making, nimble mindedness. They went back and changed their existing system to make it OKRized. The OKRs did not fail. It did its job. It catalyzed. If I look at the telecom company I worked with, or the pharma company that I worked with, or even if I look at the top institution that I consulted with here in the country, Education Institute, it did not fail as much as it created the job. It gave space a place for and a space for people to talk about what they really wish for an organization. We have implemented OKR in terms of ways with for a packaging company also as well. For Unilever is doing OKR, but they're not calling it OKRs. They're all doing it in their own way, but they're not giving it the same term. So they're bringing in stretch, they're bringing in transparency, they're bringing in every 3 months of setting up goals, they're bringing in less is more. So they're bringing in concepts, but they're retweaking what they're existingly doing because they realize that the Gen Zs or the millennials and even the new ones coming into the workspace, each one of them now wants more information. They want more purpose-led goals. They want to be not just told, they want to be included in the process of goal setting. So people want to ask the question, and they also want to ask, can I have a goal beyond my existing role? Which goal system allows for that? OKRs does, right? You can have one OKR that is more about your wish for your organization, right? People know that they're impacting an outcome versus just coming to work doing things. I mean, when you come to work and you have a to-do list, and every day you just have a to-do list, you you do not know what the impact is going to be. So hence, uh, that's another piece that I'd like to add in. I'm not sure that I've
Yeah.
answered your question
No,
because I went on a tangent.